If you see women online constantly talking about you're fine the way you are, it's great, you don't have to do anything that those evil men want. We can do whatever we want and we're still just perfect little princesses. It's because she's still under the mentality that she's a princess and she has the same amount of value that she did when she was born.
With women and social media is really not the media itself, it's what we choose to consume, right? So for men, a lot of times they consume content that is about leveling up to some extent, how to get more money, how to look better, how to attract more women, whatever. For women, oftentimes it is just content that validates you're perfect the way that you are. Everything about women is great. You don't have to change for any man. You can just keep being yourself and somebody's going to come into your life and fall in love with you just as you are. That's the issue, because then we're not growing. We're not challenging ourselves. We're not becoming better people. We're not becoming better women. And the women that do try and make content like that, y'all reject them like hell because you think that they're talking bad about you, when in reality, they're just asking you to do better, step up, become a better version of yourself, so that way you can actually get the things that you want. But y'all just want to believe that you can stay the same and get the things you want. And that doesn't make any sense. So if we collectively as women change the type of content that we consume, I think that it could help us grow. But, the girls just want to hear about what's on sale and clothes and makeup and shoes and hair and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I was saying that's actually a very good take. I don't usually see a lot of good takes on TikTok like that, but no, that's valid because shit, a lot of content that I actually looked at when I first started getting into it was level up shit for real, for real. And women are constantly told that they're good enough, right? Even if you're not. Some women are good enough. That's definitely on point. But there's many who need work, many who don't have the ability to self reflect, don't have the ability to empathize, or the drive to do better, right? Or just realize where they really stand in the sexual marketplace and then expect people just to accept them exactly as they are with and we're expecting you to have some flaws, but damn, like you probably should at least want to improve.
Can I respond? So
Why not?
I don't I'm not disagreeing with you necessarily, Trev. I think more more than anything, when you hear messages like that, it's because men sometimes set really unreachable expectations of women. I think y'all don't know what women hear from men. Men expect for us to uh the guy before some men expect for us to be so soft spoken. All women are not soft spoken, and that's an unrealistic expectation for a lot of women, because a lot of women are not like that. That does not mean that they are not also feminine. That doesn't mean that they can't also be feminine. It's like you want us one way. There's this very surface level, very shallow version of women that men expect, and women are too complex for that. Men don't be having time for a lot of stuff. You don't have time for women's feelings, but you know that women have feelings because men sit on the internet every day and yeah, listen, if ain't nobody heard it as much as Bo, listen, I have heard it all. Men and women are different. Men and women are different. When I first got on this panel, that's all I heard. Men and women are different. But it's like men don't accept those differences, or the differences that men expect are what they expect and not what women actually are. So while I do agree that a lot of things are problematic from some women, and I get that, there is a level of humanness that men refuse to accept in women, that some men refuse to accept in women. A lot of these expectations are just unrealistic. And also, men don't communicate what they want. They just expect you to do it and have it. And then that is unrealistic as well. So like are when we are telling each other as women, you're fine the way you are, it is normally because it's stressful trying to understand what men want. You all are not as simple as you think you are.
All
I
right.
think the
I mean, listen, that's just a fact, right? And people can hate on Myron as much as they want, right? A lot of you women want to look at Red Pill as being something that is bad, but it's never been bad. It's always been here to help men learn womanese and help men get women, right? And understand women. We can hate Myron as much as we want to, man, but you know, once again, when you look at the Red Pill before he went on his freaking quest of, you know, being a tyrant, you know, when you look at the things that he does, and he still does it till this very day, if I'm not mistaken, but he has days, man, where he's going over real estate, where he's going over finances, and then he's over here talking to men about how to attract women, men, what men should do. When you have people like Kevin Samuels, how did he have his big start? What made him big before, you know, before holding women accountable? What made him big before all of that, right? Holding men accountable, talking about cologne. But see, here's the funny thing about it. Your women don't ever acknowledge that. So you allow a woman to tell it. You allow a woman to tell it. They will tell you, man, that men are, you know, men, they have standards that's way out of this world, expectations that's way out of this world. And you just have to ask Bo, what expectations are men asking of women that is just too hard to complete? But see, once again, you listen to women, what has it always been? It's been cooking and cleaning. Doing the bare minimum has been a standard that they just cannot reach because they're disrespectful, because they're lazy, and because women just are rebellious. They're some rebellious creatures, and that's what we're dealing with. But you don't have any women on the internet teaching women how to be virtuous women. Notice that. They don't ever teach women how to be virtuous women. They try to teach women other things that men teach men, or men just do naturally, right? Oh, well, you know, men like to sleep around because once again, it's hard for us to get access to sex. But see, your women, it ain't hard for them to get access to sex, but they think just because they can sleep around just like men, they think nothing's going to happen. But that's not the case. And then they get upset when men start to look at them side-eyed because they've been ran through. And then what do they start to do? They start to tell men, well, no, why y'all looking at us differently? We're the same. They will try to force nature they will try to pretty much force nature to adapt to what they think life should be like. And that's just not the case. But see, understand, men work under base reality, whereas women work under hypotheticals and delusion. But Myron teaching about real estate, teaching about how to get money, teaching about how to get women, teaching about how to talk to women. Well, that's what Red Pill talks to you about. Red Pill talks to you about family. When you go over here to TikTok, they don't talk about that. They literally talk about destroying families. We're talking about black women. We're talking about white women. And people, listen, we do TikTok videos on these women damn near every week. So we're seeing how women are treating men, and we're seeing how women are teaching other women how to be women, and they're not teaching them how to be women whatsoever. Your sisterhood literally have women who are like Cardi B, who are Megan Thee Stallion, these are the sisters, Sexy Red, Coi Leray, Nicki Minaj. These are the sisters that are a pillar of the sisterhood. These are the women that are influencing other black women. The rappers that we have influencing black folk are J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake. Once again, these are old heads, and yeah, Drake does some off the wall stuff at times, but once again, what have you really heard them in the news for lately? What do they do? When you look at J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, they at least try to stand for something. You have the sisterhood, the pillars of this sisterhood, they don't stand for nothing. Sexy Red talking about all the STDs she done got, Cardi B getting pregnant by, or leaving a treater just to go to a bigger cheat. I mean, that's just freaking wild. Megan Thee Stallion can't keep her legs closed. I mean, bro, the list goes on, right? Nicki Minaj, who is she dating? The list goes on. They also have women on TikTok like Shira7 and Cynthia G. These are the women that lead the sisterhood. Just keep it a fact. Let's just keep it a beam. And this is how you know Bo is on some bullshit. She keeps saying like, man, you're just coming up with stuff. You're just lying. You're trying to push a narrative. You're trying to build a narrative. And I get it. My grammar is not perfect whatsoever at all. But to see him constantly keep saying like, well, like, it shows me that, man, you're just talking out your ass. Once again, cleaning clothes and just being a basic housewife is a standard that your women can't reach today, which kind of proves our point that your sisters aren't marriage material.
I'm just going to take a quick second. I mean, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to just take a quick second to respond to that. Then I'm going to let you rock right after. All right. So I'm not saying that's not a fair assessment. However, we still can't have women just not comfortable with improving, right? Because anytime I make content talking about men, I say, no, tighten up, fix your posture. We tell men, like, listen, use your bravado. You can't speak like that because you're not going to attract women. You will actually repel women, right? So these are the facts. If we understand that not all women are soft-spoken, but guess what? If you decide to be soft-spoken, then you will attract more men, probably more quality men, right? Just because you'll have a larger pool to select from. So what you're saying is valid, but at the same time, these are things that you could say, well, I'm not doing that, or I'm just not like that. But you have to understand what the consequences or ramifications for said behavior is going to give you. That's the part about it. We have to be able to say, look, I'm willing to improve. And we know that sometimes men don't understand what it is that women are saying. And I think we are simple, though. I can't say that we're not simple. Successful women, when you ask what it is that they're doing, or when you see women talk about what they do to keep their men on them, right, and into them, they say simple things. They'll say something as simple as, oh, look, you know what, homeboy, I got some food ready for him. I got some, I listen to him. I give him a space when it's needed. Of course, some fellatio regularly, and the simple things. It's really not that difficult to find a man that's to get him into you. Men aren't that difficult. It's the same thing. Most of us on the panel, if we put our list of 20 expectations on a piece of paper, I guarantee you at least 15 of those are going to match up. You could challenge me on that. Like, it's simple. Men are simple. If you're willing to listen, right? If you're willing to listen, that's the main thing. You have to be willing to listen to the men. Like, all right, this is what they want. And it's damn near universal. Most of the traits that men want, if you just took care of the top 5 core things that men want, you'll be able to maintain almost every man. And for the most part, it's the same.
I think it has to do with how women and men are taught how to live in the world. Nice to see you on the panel. I was watching you guys in the background. I just wanted to come say hi. And when you see women are born with their value, and their value decreases over time. Men are the opposite. Men are born as nothing, and they have to make themselves into something. They have to strive to be the best. They have to compete. They have to show their worth, earn it. Women, we are princesses from the moment we're born. So if you see women online constantly talking about, you're fine the way you are, it's great, you don't have to do anything that those evil men want, we can do whatever we want, and we're still just perfect little princesses. It's because she's still under the mentality that she's a princess and she has the same amount of value that she did when she was born. That's not how it is. You still have to improve. When you get to a certain age, especially as a woman, I would say the age of teenagehood, most women don't grow out of teenagehood. We sit here and we still think we're the perfect little princesses. Striving to be better and striving to meet expectations does not make you a slave to the man. It makes you a better person, a more tolerable person, a less insufferable person.
Nah, Trev, what Bo's saying is not valid. Bo, whatever she's saying is not valid because she can't even back that up, right? We can back up that your man teach other men how to be men, that your men try to give other men confidence, that your men have very, very low expectations and standards that women have to reach. But because women are not the same as men, because women are hard to please, they can't reach certain standards, man, because they are in their own way. That's just a fact. And besides, Bo can't even prove what she's talking about. Bo can't prove it, but y'all know I can definitely prove it. Now, I ain't gonna show the videos. Y'all definitely know I can disprove every single thing she is saying when it comes down to talking about men. So, I mean, look, guys, y'all let me know down below, man, what do y'all guys think? Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.